Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity of Portland. So good to see you here on this amazing, beautiful, sunny Sunday morning, right? Especially when you get these sunny days early or late in the fall. It just is one of the most beautiful times of the year to me. I hope you come and you feel welcome. We're going to start the service with "My Soul is Welcome Here." One more time. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Too deep. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yes, my soul. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome here.
All right. Thank you. My soul is welcome here, and we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis, part of the crew here, you could say at Unity. And whether you're here in this space or you're online, I just want to support you in this knowledge. How many times in our lives do we say, my soul is welcome here? And if you haven't said it this morning, I'd invite you to say it. And I'm not talking about this building. I'm talking about this planet, on this space, and in this time. My soul is welcome here. When we take that idea in, we realize none of us are here by mistake. None of us are here because this happened or this happened. We are here by divine appointment in our exact right place at the exact right time with the perfect spacesuit, you might call it body, the perfect essence to be just who we are. And I believe we come together with that sacred idea. And, Rumi said this, I love this. He said, do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside of you. If you've thought, is there enough of me? Is there enough of this? The entire universe is inside each of us. We are a part of a collective, a quantum field that is creative at its core. And we have come as the channels for that light and that love. So if by any chance your week told you any differently this past week, anything in it, I'd invite you to put that to the side And come to that deep breath of my soul is welcome here. It's come with a purpose. It's come for a reason. And I know it's come to love. Let's begin this service in prayer. As we breathe in, Mother, Father, God, infinite Spirit, we open my soul. The very essence, the light that I am, is welcome in this place at this time, and I have come with a mighty work to do. We know this for ourselves. We hold that light. We open our hearts to do that which is ours to do this day and every day. And we surround this globe, acknowledging infinite lights. Every soul, every being is that light. They have come for a purpose, and we know that collectively our invitation is to learn to love. We hold that space, we say yes to that, and we acknowledge that we are one. For this opportunity to gather in this oneness, to open to the divine message Spirit has for us this day and every day. We are so blessed. And so it is. Amen. All right, and Beth is coming up to share some of what's happening.
Good morning, Unity.
Good morning, Beth.
Boy, I feel like I got spring fever. The weather is just out of control, and I love it. The last days of summer we're eking out in October. It's great. Well, I do want to mention holiday music sign-ups. I mean, all the holiday announcements, kind of funny. But yeah, we have a sign-up sheet out in the lobby. If you're interested in joining the Unity Singers or bringing your gifts of music or dance or art or whatever that may be, right? To expand the program, sign up on that sign-up sheet. The musicians will be in touch with you. They've got their own email. They got their own calendar. They are doing it, and we're so grateful.
Yes.
It's a wonderful group, as you can tell, right? Yeah, so the women's group meeting back up. They've been on hiatus for a few months, but they're back. They're meeting today after the service in the chapel. They invite all women to come and join them. They have a very special activity they're doing for autumn. So come and see what that's all about and the plans for that group today following the service. The 20s and 30-somethings are also meeting today. They meet downstairs in the teen room. So if you're in that category, you can meet up with Alex downstairs. And just for all the groups that happen after the service, we invite you to come down to Coffee and Connection, get your coffee, get a little snack, and then you can come and join the groups because we want you to come down and have a little refreshment with us. And as always, newcomers are always invited to join any of our groups. So this is the last week that we're going to have our voter registration table up because the deadline for registering in Oregon is this Tuesday, the 18th. So I imagine most all of you are probably registered, but maybe you just moved here. Maybe you haven't updated your driver's license yet. Any of those reasons, if you just want to check and update your information, you can stop by and see Sarah at the registration table today. 21 days till the midterms, folks. So we're heading that way. And the letters for democracy are due back in no later than next Sunday, the 23rd. And then they're going to be mailed out. So if you've got some of those letters hanging out at home on your kitchen table, wrap them up and get them in here. They appreciate it. Next Sunday, the Care and Compassion group is going to start meeting. And this is a new group here at Unity of Portland. It's going to continue on the second and fourth Sundays following the service for 1 hour. And the objective of this group is to help church members deal with life's ups and downs by providing compassionate listening, emotional support, validation, mindfulness tools, and affirmative prayer and resources. You know, no one should have to be in pain alone. And we're here to help get you through whatever it is that you need to get through. And it's a wonderful group of loving, caring people. It's going to be led by Susie Ellen, our spiritual practitioner, and Chaplain Colleen Story. So just a wonderful group, about an hour, starting next week following the service. Well, then the next Sunday brings us to Halloween, October 30th, and the Youth Ed is inviting all the young people to come on back Come on, wear your costumes. This is a fun time for the teens. They love creating this for the young people. They do all kinds of fun stuff. They're doing face painting and tricks and treats and all the good things. So we invite you to come, and you can come in costume too if you like. Just saying, but we'd love for the young people to come and have a fun day with us. And the holidays, as I said, they are quickly approaching. I want to mention our annual holiday wreath fundraiser kicks off today. This is our teen group, the YOU and the Uniteens, together are doing the wreath sales this year, wreath and garland. We do this every year. We work with a wonderful small farm that's out in East County, and they have just beautiful garland and wreaths. You can pick up a flyer out there. There will be teens at the desk today to answer any of your questions or take your orders in person, or you can order online through the newsletter or on the website and see what you want. It'll take you to a page where you can sign up for what you want, and then you can pay on push pay on the pull down menu on the donate button. So we have all of that going today. So as we move, I want to mention a few things that are coming up in October. I'm going to try to run through them real quick. But November 6th, the first Sunday in November, is our leaf raking day. And every year this comes about. The Sunday before with the free city pickup, we invite everybody to bring a rake. The more rakes, the better, because then it gets done twice as fast. But we try to get as many leaves as we can toward the sidewalk. And it just makes it easy for our garden team then to move them out the following week. So plan to stay on November 6th after the service and lend a hand. Then the next week on November the 13th, following the service, we invite you all to join us for an hour of learning and growing. I know sometimes we struggle with the whys and whys not of using pronouns. So we want you to come and level up. We want you to get your thinking wrapped around this, okay? Because we all need to do it. Last month, all the leaders here at Unity of Portland attended this workshop. And it was enlightening. It was wonderful. It was very well received. And we want to open it up to the congregation. So we have a wonderful person, Jackie Stone, who's coming from Northwest Transgender Center. Gender Alliance, Northwest Gender Alliance. Anyway, wonderful presentation. She'll be here November the 13th for that. And so we invite you all to come and join us in that, because knowledge is power, right? We got to know. All right. On November 20th, the following Sunday, we're hosting Timber Hawkeye. He's going to be our guest speaker at the Sunday service, and he's doing a free book discussion after. His name might sound familiar to you. He hosts a podcast and a Facebook page called Buddhist Boot Camp. And he's been around for over a decade. He's a wonderful speaker. He's doing a cross-country travel trip right now where he's just going from place to place. He's in Delaware right now, and then he's heading out this way. So it's been great to follow him online. But yeah, he's going to be here and do a free book discussion on his new book, which is called The Opposite of Namaste. So interesting title, a little intriguing. Y'all should come and check him out on that day. He's also looking for a place to crash for that night. He said, oh, somebody will give me a couch to sleep on. But I'm just asking in advance, if any of you would love to host this peaceful warrior in your home, I'm sure it's going to be a win-win. He's a fascinating guy. Couch, futon, guest room, come see me. We'll make it work for him. Also in November, we start collecting used candles. If you've never been here for our Thanksgiving Eve service, it's a beautiful ceremony where we pretty much light the whole sanctuary with candles. So we just ask you to save up your used candles and bring them in, and we'll set them up and have a beautiful service on that evening. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our prayer chaplains for the day. If you would stand, our prayer chaplains are the foundation of this ministry. Unity Worldwide Movement's been praying for over 100 years. That is what the ministry is steeped in. And we have these wonderful, mindful, and caring souls who hold the high watch for us. They're available to pray with you in person following the service right up front. We've also got prayer requests in the backs of the chairs. You can fill those out and drop them in the prayer box, which is right here. Or you can also put your prayer request in online on the website. We also have Dial a Prayer, which is a wonderful midweek message If you need a little lift to get you through the week, you can call Dial a Prayer and get that. So we appreciate our chaplains making that work for us. So at this time, we're going to welcome anybody who's here for the first time. Some of you may have picked up a welcome packet on your way in, but if you didn't, or if you did, raise your hand. We'd like to give you a warm welcome here at Unity of Portland. Anybody? I know some of you picked up a welcome packet. I've seen them gone out there. We're just so glad you're here. Don't be shy. We're not going to make you say anything or stand up. We won't come knocking on your door. Here's a neon card on the back. We'd love for you to fill that out. This gets you on our newsletter mailing list, just so that you know what's upcoming. If you're tech savvy, there's a QR code on there. You can snap that, and you can totally get your information to us that way. And virtual family, if this is your first time watching us, if you want to know what's going on, our team is putting up a QR code right now, and you can snap a picture of that as well. We have a little rose sticker on the front. We'd love you to peel that off and stick it to your clothes so we know who you are and can recognize you. We invite you to come downstairs for coffee and connection. I do want to say this week it is hosted by the men's group. Yay, the mighty men of Unity of Portland. And on that note, there is a constant in that men's group who shows up every month. And he's getting ready to set sail around the world with his beloved. And I just, stand up just for a minute, Steve. He's also was our maintenance guy, and we love him so much. You too, Annette. Bon voyage. Thanks, and have a great week.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Yes. Oh, it is so good to have all of you here. And for those of you who are new, we just want you to know that if this community works for you, I would encourage you to become a part. It is so important right now to find a place where we can anchor, where we can get to know other people on the journey, and where we can band together and I believe hold a larger picture. Absolutely hold a larger picture for ourselves, for humanity, for all of us together as we learn. If the community does not work for you, I would encourage you to continue seeking, to find a place that will anchor you and inspire you and remind you of the truth of who you are. We're so happy you're here. We are going to stand and sing All That I Need.
Ready? All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. And I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. Okay, sweet rain. Sweet rain that washes me clean. Sweet rain that washes me clean. Like the hazel rains into my life it brings. Sweet rain that washes me clean. All right, go. All that I need comes to me. Yes, all that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Oh, yes. And I just invite you to turn to those around you just to say namaste, welcome. You can bow, you can just say blessings as we take this journey.
Whiteness.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. I can't tell you how grateful I am every time I see this room, this space with people in it. It is still new enough that I say, thank you, God. I'm so grateful for those who are watching us virtually also. And as we gather in just a moment and just take a little bit of time for meditation, I believe we can remember for each of us that going into the silence connects us to a universal field, this quantum field that we live and move and have our being in. In just a moment, Susie will come up and share our meditation, but just always remembering this song and this message, it's written upon our hearts already. It's there. We're just remembering.
The light of God surrounds me.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds me.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects me.
I am the power of God.
The presence of God is here with me.
I am the presence of God.
Wherever I am.
Wherever I am.
Wherever I go.
Wherever I go.
God is just the same.
God is just the same.
And all is well.
So just taking a moment to close your eyes softly or gaze gently towards the floor and open to that presence and power that is right here available, that source energy that moves in through. Each one of us lives as us, as a presence of that living spirit divine. And it is such a beautiful thing to gather in meditation, to drop into this place with a quiet mind and an open heart, knowing that everything we need is provided for us at every moment. That we only have to look inside to realize that there is an infinite power that is always there. That is us. So just taking this moment of quiet, dropping into this place of infinite love, letting it be in the stillness right here and right now. And as now we have softened our heart and opened our minds in quiet gratitude for the love that we are, the love that we share, and the love that we are, I know that that infinite spirit of grace moves as a beautiful river of life through each and every one of us, bringing us into the wholeness and fullness of the joy of this moment, gathered together at this time. No mistake, we are in this beautiful place together, and it moves and rests and sits upon us to be that beautiful love that we are in the world. And so I simply give thanks for the grace that brings us together, that quiets us, that joins us in this silence as we now move into the rest of our service. I know that this is on our heart, this quiet place that opens us to places in our mind and in our heart that we have never been before. What a blessing to feel this grace. And so it is.
The light of God surrounds me.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds me.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects me.
I am the power of God.
The presence of God is here with me.
I am the presence of God.
Wherever I am.
Wherever I am.
Wherever I go.
Wherever I go.
God is just the same.
God is just the same.
And all is well. God lives in my life. God loves through my heart. God moves through my hands. God is my true home. God lives in my life. God loves through my heart. God moves through my hands. God is our true home. Wherever I am, wherever I am,
Wherever I am.
wherever I go,
Wherever I go.
God is just the same.
God is just the same.
And all is well. Wherever I am,
Wherever I am.
wherever I go,
Wherever I go.
God is just the same.
God is just the same.
And all is well. Thank you, guys. This next song is Live, Laugh, and Love. I'm sure you've all heard that before. All that I want to, I can be, and all that I need, it comes to me. The promise I live for, I can see. I'm living the life that I once dreamed. The joy of this journey is my life, each step of this path till I arrive. For we are waking from the night, and we are returning to the light. Remember to live the best of me. The whole world will come to where we are from, to live, laugh, love. All that I want to, I can be, and all that I need, it comes to me. The promise I live for, I can see. I'm living the life that I once dreamed. The joy of this journey is my life, each step of this path till I arrive. For we are waking from the night, and we are returning to the light. Remember to live the best of me. The whole world will come to where we are from, to live, laugh, love. I'm learning to live, I'm learning to laugh, learning to love, returning to where we started from. Remember to live the best of me. The nations will come to where we are from. Yes, the whole world will come to where we are from, to live, laugh, love.
Michael, thank you. And Michael wrote that song for this morning, so thank you. And that means, do you realize what wonderful band members we have? TJ and Sean only heard it this morning, I'm sure. So thank you. They are able to do that so well. Thank you to all of our singers in this music. And what an interesting idea, live, laugh, love. Anybody kept that in their mind this week? Probably not. It's not exactly what is resonating with us. And the title is called Enjoy the Scenic Route. And I think we are on the scenic route. You could probably describe it in your own home. This morning, as I was getting ready and was coming here, I kept thinking, enjoy the scenic route. Enjoy the things that are unexpected. Enjoy the things that aren't working, maybe. That would be, what a radical idea, right? How could we enjoy some of these things? You know, I was watching right now, and many of you know the beautiful journey I've had with our dog, who he is 106 pounds now. His name is Shadow, and so we adopted during the pandemic a horse, not necessarily a dog. But his main goal, he can open the screen door, but he doesn't do that so much. Instead, he waits till you open it, and he makes a mad dash to see if he can get out before you and your body can get out. And then he wins, is his idea. And so it's always this journey of trying to get out. So I'm holding a computer bag and my purse, and I've got my daughter Leah with me, and we're going out, and I'm like, no. And he just looks at me and starts going forward. I thought, I'm having an argument with a dog over who gets out the door first. That kind of seems to be where life is sometimes. It's like these pieces that don't make any sense, but they're right there in front of us. And then there's these major issues happening around us that are larger than most of us even know where we're going with. And so this idea of enjoy the scenic journey, we get to go back to what do we know? What is the stuff that we know? I'm sure some of you stayed up for a baseball game last night that went till who knows how late, the 16-inning game, you know, of who's going to get the one run. And I realize life is just, it's calling to us, it's reaching out, it's probably having us feel like we're running into a wall a lot of the time, because it's not easy. It can hurt. It feels like we're being taken to our knees. And I just want to know, how do we journey through it with as much grace, as much integrity, as much life, and as much joy as we can? The book we're using for this 6-week series is called The Universe Has Your Back. Many of you are working in spirit groups with that to go deeper and take it into our own lives. It's fabulous. Many of you have also gotten the book just to work through it, as she looks at the idea of transforming fear to faith. How do we do it? How do we live within it? And how do we hold these pieces large enough and long enough that the way that we journey through life not only brings us peace, and I believe joy. And by the way, if you looked at today's daily word, guess what the word was? Joy. Now, I did not look at that until this morning. I was like, how did they do that? I mean, but I like what it said. I delight in simple joys. Joy, it has been said, comes much more from wanting what we have rather than having what we want. Anybody work with that one lately? We know what we're supposed to be having in the country, as far as inclusion, as far as this election, as far as, some major pieces. And then in our own lives, it shouldn't be showing up like this. Wait a minute. I'm this age. This is supposed to be happening. What's going on? And we can still find a larger picture. We can still say, what's my journey right now? What is it? And we can find the joy in the absolute gratitude, the absolute gratefulness, I believe, of the opportunity to be alive. One thing I have come to terms with is if I am alive at this time, it's because on the soul level, I've chosen it. I've chosen this time, this era, this journey, which means I'm perfect for it, and it's perfect for me. So I would invite you, if you're still arguing with, why you're here or why you're in the place you are, we can do it. I've done it for a long time sometimes. What I am learning, as hopefully I get a little wiser, is that I'm not going to win. The universe is going to teach me. It's going to grow through me. It's going to learn through me. And so I just know there's a way for us to do this. The 4 words that I'm using during this program and actually through the rest of the year for myself, and I did them for myself, the first one is love. If you haven't heard me doing this, I would invite you. Where am I loving? How am I loving? Who am I loving? How am I able to love myself? Live. Am I living this moment fully, even if I'm arguing with a dog, was my question this morning. Because then it gets funny. Then we realize the hilarity of what we're doing. And I'm trying to get my will over his will. And, I did win this morning, but that was only because I had a backup following me, not necessarily because I would have otherwise, so he just walked away. But trust me, it'll come this afternoon, and then we'll get to go through it again, and we'll find out. But am I living it fully and appreciating there is life happening all around us? The question is, can we breathe it in? Can we see it? Or do we have a really small picture of the pain that we're in, where life is happening to us? And then we get to shift it, knowing that actually we're that caretaker. We're the ones who move with it. So live, trust. Am I trusting the universe? This path is perfect for me. I have all that I need in this moment to do all that is to be done by me. It is always supporting me. It is always loving me, even when I'm not interpreting it as that or opening to a larger picture. And surrender. Letting go, letting the infinite spirit remind me of who I am and where I am to go. So we're going to start on this section, and I wanted to just give you the titles of the chapters we're going through. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Right now, I see global obstacles, I see collective obstacles, and I see individual obstacles in every one of our lives. I began claiming this week, I thought, if I don't get any further than that title, my obstacles are going in the right direction. The things I see as obstacles are the universe inviting me to something more. So just look at it. Gabrielle says, every situation can be seen as a powerful opportunity to allow the universe to redirect our path. When we call on the holy instant through prayer, on the universal essence that's underlying it all, we realign with the energy of love. Then our loving consciousness expands and we become receptive to guidance that may be far different from our own plan. Our only job is to trust that whatever we've been guided toward is exactly the direction we need. That's where we're going. That's where we're moving. It's listening to a larger story. Right now, there is a larger story asking to be born on this planet. You can feel it. You can taste it. Most of us could name it. I can guarantee you it has to do with inclusivity and the essence of every being a whole, infinite creation of spirit. It's there. And our job, right where we are, is to listen to that. By the way, I keep getting off. The second chapter is the universe works fast when you're having fun. What would happen if we had a little fun? The journey does not have to be, it doesn't have to drag us face down, but it will if we'd like it to. It kind of comes down to, wait a minute, okay, this isn't my plan, but maybe my plan isn't where I need to be going. Let's open up, let's breathe and take a larger story in. That is the journal. That is the journey. With that, the universal lesson that she puts down is the universe works fast when you're having fun. Logic, fear, and limitation cut off our connection to creative possibilities and universal guidance. Once we surrender to our true power, life moves, and we can actually have fun doing it. But I have a feeling you have a few places in your life where it's been, as she put it, unfun. And she was sharing her story. This is, her husband kept saying, this is unfun, this is unfun. They were trying to find a house in New York City, which was they were told it's impossible. And of course, they went in and they allowed that idea, it's impossible, to move with them. There's not one. And she said, all we were doing was arguing. It was horrible. And then when they stopped and they said, what are we doing? Let's just pray. Let's think something larger. Let's open up. They ended up buying a house in upstate, further out, all the way out of New York City, which they had not even been open to. They love it. They have space. They have land. They have what they need. They come in to do what they need to do, and they go out, and they have a life they never could have contemplated, and it wasn't anywhere within their plan. Now, that's a really nice, cut and dry story. But the truth is, our lives have those all over the place. And we're the ones that get to listen to it. And if you think, are there patterns for me for listening to a larger answer? First of all, I believe we need to look at the quantum physics of what's going on. And many of you know right now we're in the middle of a class called Quantum Mind, and we're using the book Quantum Warrior. And I just want to read one little part, if I can hopefully find it in here, of literally this idea. Where is it? Right here. It's one thing to understand this concept of quantum physics, but how does it work? Physicist David Bohm, a protege of Einstein's and one of the pioneers in quantum physics, came up with this unified theory of mind and matter. And it says, the universe is not some blind, mechanistic act of chance, but an open-ended, intelligent, and purposeful system making use of an elaborate feedback process between organisms and itself. The unifying mechanism was the exchange of energy and information, which is transmitted everywhere at once. Underneath all of us is a quantum field. It's energy. We are all energy systems, and the science of it, and it shows that our beliefs interconnect continually with this quantum field. So that means when I'm saying, we're never going to find a house, we're not going to find this isn't ever going to work, what if I just told the universe I'd like to see more of that? I've interacted in that way. There's a larger picture asking to be born always in every way. And he went on to say, in this model, we are constantly exchanging both information and energy with the entire quantum field. This suggests something very profound about ourselves and the universe in which we live. Suddenly, we realize that our capabilities of working within this system in creative and innovative ways are far more extensive than we had ever imagined. What this model is suggesting is that there is no separation between the universe and us. We are all intrinsically interconnected. We are all one. Now that is the science. It's current. It's up to date. He's even got the wonderful footnotes. You can read all of the sources to it. We know that's there. But then sometimes we go to our own little selves and we say, not possible for me. It's just not there. What we're asking for right now, looking for, is a larger underlying idea than we may seem. Jesus found this and I was always raised with a Jesus that was a way shower. I was not raised with a Jesus that told you what you had to do. Instead, I was taught this spiritual path, and I realize I'm the odd one here, and some of you were, but most of you were raised with who knows what. But anyway, it was very different than what you've seen here. I don't know. All I was ever told was that Jesus was a spiritual teacher and he came to share the ideas of love. Now we know it's inclusivity, it's forgiveness, it's wisdom and these ideas. And so Jesus, by the age of 12, they'd gone into in for Passover. Now this was an annual ceremony. If you look at the Bible, the word 12, if you look at that time frame, the word 12 means spiritual completeness. So in the Judaic tradition, these numbers all mean something. So he was spiritually complete. He was at a place where he could see something larger. He went in, he got quiet in the temple. He was in the temple, and what he heard was, I must be about my Father's business. Now, he was the first one who brought to the planet that it is recorded that, now this is my upbringing, that his idea, one of the big ideas that he caught from this quantum field was the idea that there was a father at all. Up until that time, the idea of this essence as being a family member, that close, you got killed for it. It was never entertained, and it was not allowed. So one of the ideas he listened to was just simply, I'm connected to this essence. Now, if you look at how it's translated in the Lord's Prayer, where it says, Our Father, that word Father actually means creative one. It is not male, it is not female. It was translated into Greek as Father, but that's not what it means. It means, oh, creative one. So Jesus sat in prayer, and he heard this message, here I am. I must be about a larger business, and this business has created me. It's the creative part of my being. And he proceeded to walk that journey. Now, we've gotten an interesting idea of what that journey is, but it's very important for us to get that. Last week, we talked about Harriet Tubman, and she kept saying, what I heard overall was freedom or death. She caught a universal idea of freedom. I went back this week and researched black women of the Underground Railroad. I did not know that the Underground Railroad was not manned mostly by white folks. Instead, it was supported by blacks, many of them women, by Native Americans who supported that until there were enough other people that were following it that some of the Quakers and others came in. But in those stories, what we do know, the underlying idea that almost every one of those women, and this was the women, they caught the idea of freedom. That was the word they used. They found it in different articles. They found it in writings that people wrote their stories. They usually weren't published, but these were black women who escaped. They had been enslaved, and they escaped, and they caught an idea, and every one of them said, freedom. It rang so much in me. Now, what Pierre Teilhard de Chardin says is that when an idea is ready to be known, it comes up in different places, in different beings, until there's enough energy to allow it to expand and to be spread across the planet. Right now, there is an idea. Inclusivity, the integrity of every being, the wholeness of humanity, and it is coming up. And the question I have for each of us is, am I allowing it through? Getting quiet enough while all this stuff is going on. Because the stuff is how we learn to live it. These women had to learn to live it through the days and the path of the Underground Railroad. We get to learn to live it in a very different way. But it's still all the stuff that's coming in. I don't want the stuff that's coming in to block us from the eternal message of the universe. There's one right now that's being shared and offered, and the invitation to every one of us is to believe that we are the vibrant, universal channel of love, of the infinite, and that our opportunity is to breathe it in and walk it in our lives, laughing at the hilarity of the universe, at what it puts in our place in order to get out this idea. One of the ideas, I believe, is I'm enough. And how many places in your life is the universe saying, I'm enough? I'm enough. I'm a creation of the infinite. That right there is one of the major universal messages. So I would just invite you to say, I'm willing to breathe through all of it. And what has upset me in the past, to simply breathe and listen. There is a message that reminds me, I am the channel. I am enough. I'm the love. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and we are so blessed. We have our opportunity now of giving, of creating that giving cycle. I would invite you to be a part of that. It's a fascinating experience to work with this idea of enough and say, do I have enough here? Do I have enough here? We know we have to change the idea. We know that. And now we're having that opportunity to do it. One of the things that's been introduced a few times that you may not be aware of is that we have a legacy foundation happening. We have an endowment fund that's being created, and it's for the ongoing support of Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. It's one of the important anchors that I have heard people talk about since I've been here, and I heard it's been talked about for about the last 50 years here. And we have a team of people who said, we are doing this. And Jim and Don and several others, Amy and others who just said, we're going to support this and see this. And so I would just invite you, if you haven't done so, there's a survey out in the entryway about that endowment fund and just to be aware of it. And I'm grateful to be a part of it also. All right, I want to take a moment if you'd like to give. These are some of the different ways, whether it's on PushPay, through the website, they will collect an offering here. It's just an opportunity to be a part. One of the things that I found when I was growing up in Unity was growing up as a kid, my mom gave us $1 and we put it in, and we didn't exactly know what we were doing, but she just talked about the idea of giving. It came to a point where for my spiritual maturity, I had to give from what I had, and that meant I had to come to the idea of I have enough to give. And that was really hard when I was like 17, 18, 19. And I'm like, okay, I make this much money as a waitress at, where was I? Oh, International House of Pancakes. And it was in Palm Beach, Florida. It was an interesting journey. So they were wearing diamonds getting pancakes. And but I had to find a way to have enough to be a part of the giving cycle. And when I did, something opened up and I realized, oh my goodness, it's more than just the little mindset idea of somebody's taking something from me, but there's a cycle. And so I'm going to say our blessing, and then I'd invite you to affirm it with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Let's affirm that together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
Like a new song in the morning, like a bird I'm taking to the sky. My fears are left behind me, a path of faith before me, yes. Old chains no longer hold me. My prison cell is empty as the night. The weeping is forgotten, and the walls around me falling. This day before me waits, yes, and my mouth is filled with praise. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Those clouds in the rain are pushed aside, letting in the source of light, painting all my colors bright. This day is a gift from above, the best gifts given straight from the source of love. What a beautiful day, yes, not a cloud in the sky, but love is raining from heaven. Hey, yeah, so full I can't retain it, so blessed I can't contain it all. Have to do it today, have to give it away, yes. This world is craving true love, coming out to make its way inside. I see the sun is rising, and the hope within me flying. This day before me waits, and my mouth is filled with praise. Woo! Oh, what a beautiful sight. Those clouds and the rain are pushed aside, letting in the source of light. I'm painting all my colors bright. This day is a gift from above, the best gifts given straight from the source of love. What a beautiful day, yes, not a cloud in the sky, but love is raining from heaven. And when the clouds above press down on me and the world around is dark, a light I see. And shining through the dark of night, the blue skies up above are calling me. They're calling me. Yes, this day before me waits, yes, and my mouth is filled with praise. Oh, oh, what a beautiful sight. Those clouds and the rain are pushed aside, letting in the source of light, painting all my colors bright. This day is a gift from above, the best gift given straight from the source of love. What a beautiful day, yes, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Those clouds and the rain are pushed aside, letting in the source of light. I'm painting all my colors bright. This day is a gift from above, the best gift given straight from the source of love. What a beautiful day, yeah. Not a cloud in the sky, but love is raining from heaven. Yes, yes, love is raining from heaven. Whoa, whoa. Love is raining from heaven.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's wonderful. By the way, many of you may not know Pam Martell, but it is Pam's birthday today. What I want to tell you, what Pam did over 2 years ago when there was no one in this room is she came in and began helping with the live stream. She just simply showed up and did not leave every single Sunday, leaving her family and coming here. She now does it every Sunday for us, and I am so grateful, and we just want to say thank you for all that you do and who you are.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pam. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, thank you. And I just want to say that our live stream touches so many different people and so many different lives, and what a blessing that is. And so, Pam, thank you for coming downstairs, too. I know that was scary, but thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're so blessed. All right, in just a moment, we're going to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth and Let It Begin With Me. I believe when we do, again, we're just listening to the quantum field, that there is a universal idea of peace. It's always available. It's always there. And our opportunity is to allow it to come through us. So let's stand and join together.
Here we go. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in
yes. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. I'm going to do the prayer for our country. These are for the elections. They're out on the table. We're joining across the unity movement with this prayer, and then we'll close with our unity prayer. We pray for our country and the coming elections. We are grateful for the spiritual freedom of this country and know that our democracy is blessed with ever unfolding good. Knowing Spirit is in all that we are and all that we do, we affirm safe and secure elections. We affirm the election of people who seek to be guided by divine wisdom and who lead and act in ways that create justice, peace, freedom, and well-being for all. Amen. And I just invite you to hold this with us as we continue to hold an idea. We know that for every one of us, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you, God. Have a love-filled week. Come downstairs and join us for Connection Hour.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. And I've been set free. I'm released. I've been set free. I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free.